Alright, I love how black women fail to look out for each other. Um, Black men, the proactive ones, um, best believe we have a support group, right? Whether, we date black women or not, I have boys, who are black who exclusively date non-black women. And I have some that only date black women, like they're really about it. I have some that only date Nigerian, and some that only date Ghanaian, and some that only date Ethiopian. Um, you name it. Um, but we all look out for each other, right? We look out for each other career-wise and personal-wise. We don't let each other slip and we don't fall through the cracks. So in a sense, we make each other better. Um, and I have boys who went to college and some that didn't, and we still all look out for each other, right? Because we're all trying to, get to the same point. And we can't do it by ourselves. So I do commend black men, who stick together and help each other out. But it's funny, I don't really see this in the women. Um, like I said, I've got a chance to see a lot of girls that I went to school with, black girls, who grow up. We came in together, or they came in a couple of years before me. So I'm seeing, black women who I've met when they were 18, 20 now, who are anywhere between 26 and 25 all the way up to 28. And I'm realizing how their levels of expectations, just in terms of to what they need and what they want, changed when their circle changed, right? When they was in school and they were in their early 20s, most of their homegirls were black, right? They're, people they met in college, sorority sisters, girls that they went to high school with, and all that other stuff, right? And they were still on that same bullshit, just in terms of, what they look for in men, right? All the qualities that they want. They want to judge a book by the cover, and hopefully, you know what I mean? And hopefully the book has some substance to it. So, we've heard it all before. But it's just funny how, as soon as they start working, and their circle changes, so now they're not hanging out with the girls from the block, they're hanging out with the white chicks in the office, or the Asian chicks in the office, or, all these other people. Their expectation becomes more realistic, right? They become more grounded because they see how non-black women think and what they go after. They start to go to weddings, they start to go to dinner parties, they start to go to places where they don't have to worry about getting hit on by an ex-felon, right? They start to go to spots where everybody, is articulate, and they have stuff to say and they can carry a conversation, right? They don't have braids, they don't have tattoos, they're just completely different. They're sophisticated, right? They're not trying to be hood, right? And I realized that that's pretty sad. I don't think a black chick needs to change her circle, right, to be better off. But I mean, that's what it seems like to me. It seems like, you know what, um, the more serious a black chick, the more non-black her circle of friends are. I mean, even the girls that I've liked and had, somewhat serious relationships with, and there's only been about three that I can say were, really, really serious. Their circle of friends, and they were all, oh, two were black, one was Hispanic, and their circle of friends, at least the two black ones, was about 60-40. 60% of their friends were non-black, and 40 were black. And the ones that were black were either sisters or relatives, so they were like in the family, right? So their level of expectation was different, and it goes back to what I said before about black females not looking out for each other, and not wanting each other to do well. And I really don't know why this exists. I mean, I'm sure you have circles where, you know, They're all looking out for each other. But, I mean, not to the point where I feel like it's, satisfactory. Because I've seen it. Like, I'm not just pulling this out of thin air. I've seen the chicks who, start working in corporate America or whatever, and their friends change just because, that's how it is. You tend to befriend people in your work environment. So if you're a doctor, chances are your other friends are going to be doctors. And vice versa. It doesn't matter, what you do for a living. It is what it is. So I'm slowly starting to see this through conversations, through, the Facebook. Everybody posts their pictures. So I'm looking at these chicks. Like, oh, so you're not hanging out with the girls from around the way. You're not hanging out with the AKAs or Deltas anymore. You're hanging out with the news circle now. I see what you're doing. Oh, now you're about X, Y, and Z. I see. But when you're with your homegirls, it was something else. Why is that? I'm not even going to attempt to answer that question, at least not in this video. But I just posed that question to, whoever is watching the vid. Like, why is that? Why does it seem like black women have to change their circle of friends from black to non-black before they kind of get the picture of what they need to be looking for in terms of what's realistic and what's fantasy? And when they're with their homegirls, right, they're looking for the quote-unquote Tupac with the degree. But with the white girls, they're looking for the Morris Chestnut, the educated type brother, right? The brother who has his shit together. He may not be the 6'4", the braids and the tattoos, but you know what? He can hold a conversation, and he can pay his bills on time. Why does it take non-black women to show black women this, and how come they can't show this to each other?